The very first night he spent in his new apartment, Liam noticed a dark handprint on the ceiling. At first he thought it was dirt or something, so he tried scrubbing it off with a sponge, but the more he scrubbed, the bigger the stain became. So he set up a camera to monitor the handprint. For weeks, the only thing that appeared on the footage was this massive spider who seemed to take great delight in inching closer and closer to Liam's face while he slept. But other than that, nothing. Paint didn't cover it either. And night after night, the handprint crept closer and closer to the wall. The next morning, he woke up with a start and looked up to see a new handprint on his chest. Liam was starting to get really freaked out, but it could have even made a little nest up there in the corner to lay its eggs in. And when those eggs hatched, they all scurried down to lay their own little handprints on him. That is exactly what this is. Good job figuring that out, but for everyone else? Let me explain. They do this by basically squeezing their abdomen, which forces a bunch of silk out of their which are these little holes located on the underside of their abdomen. They typically build their webs in dark, damp places like cellars, attics, and, yes, ceilings. Their webs are made of this really strong yet practically invisible silk. So strong, in fact, that it can hold over 200 times its own weight. Once the silk is out, they can use it to cling to things like walls and ceilings. Then one night, in one frame, a blackened hand reached down from the ceiling and pressed itself against the wall right above Liam's head. Now, if you're thinking this is some kind of cheap trick, a handprint made by the very real spider we saw inching closer and closer in the previous scene, well, you're absolutely right. And even though they're only around 3 to 8 millimeters in length, they're actually capable of killing and eating other insects that come into contact with their webs. Spiders can produce silk pads to help them grip surfaces. Now, this particular species of spider, known as a cellar spider, is infamous for being a really common yet rarely noticed house guest. These spiders are also nocturnal, meaning they're most active at night when they come out to hunt for food. So it is entirely possible that this spider not only managed to inch its way closer and closer to Liam's bed over the course of several nights,